where I go over what I've done in the last 7 days on the layout. To start off, let's go over some issues that I have found. One of the issues is, I'm sure you can see it, is this is built out of wood framework, and what had happened is, because it's not braced on the bottom, it flexed, and you can see that. So what I plan on doing is I'm either going to rebuild this or I'm going to tear this front wall off. And what I'll do is, I recently seen something where Paul B, I'll link his channel below. I can't remember the name of his layout off the top of my head, but I'll link it below, where he did magnets to hold a piece of backdrop. So I think I'm going to do that for here, and I want to super detail the inside, so I'll be able to pull the front wall off and you'll be able to see inside. Now it's just, I'm going over it in my head. I don't know if I'm going to go that way, but if I do, I'll try to document it as much as I can. I really don't like working with a camera in my face, so that's why I don't film more of like me working on the layout. But let's go ahead and move down. I have built some bushes using 12mm static grass and 2mm static grass to get that effect. They look pretty good. And you can see the brown of these stems, or the branches. So those look pretty good, and they're sporadically through the layout where I thought they might look good. Next is the fencing for the LPG facility is 99% completed all the way around. As you can see, all the way around, except for this spot here. That's the only spot left. So now back over to this spot here. As you can see, a lot of the ballast work was done for the new track. As well as some of the filler in between the larger spaces. I have some tall brush, grass, some bushes. And sorry about the camera shadow there, but that's still a work in progress. Now let's have a look at the engine terminal. This being a section of it, this will be where for work trucks can be parked, and the terminal itself. Now, I had recently been into my local hobby shop and I saw that Atlas had these style of lights. I didn't go with the Atlas ones. These are actually scratch built, and they look pretty cool. At this time on the layout, I have given up on giving everything lights. I don't really run night ops, so I don't see the point in even doing it anymore. So unless something changes, I won't be putting lights in everything anymore. And a top view. And then let's move on over to this section here. I actually just finished painting all this here and laying the track back down. So this is pretty much all set. Now I did put a piece of foam on there and I glued and screwed it down so I have a nice base if I decide to do tree work or anything that needs to be put into the ground. I don't have to drill into the wood. Now I normally go with Pico switches. This is an Atlas switch. I'm going to keep this one and this one. They're both Atlas switches. And my reasoning for that is with the Pico switch, I like the insulated frog, but you have to wire both sets of track. And with having to wire both sets of track, this isn't going to have a normal fascia like the rest of the layout, so there isn't really going to be a place to put the wires. So it's all going to be soldered up, and the Atlas switches diverge power to both rails, whether I'm switched one way or the other. So that's one advantage to this switch. Now, I've tried Electrofrog, but I didn't like it. Something happened and it wasn't working properly. So, you know, I like to stick with what I'm comfortable with. But this one is a Pico, and the reasoning for that being there is for the reliability of this turnout here on the curve. Now, something to mention with this small yard here, it has to be run with yard switchers or 2-axle trucks. I have my SD40 and this Pico turnout right here. He does not like to make this switch because it's basically a 17-inch radius. It's like a 17.5 radius, and he does not like it, and he'll jump the rail. But my 4-axle locomotives have no issue going in there. So it gives a little bit of variety that, you know, I actually have to use the yard switcher to bring cars out and get them ready for the road haulers, take them away to the industries. So, I mean, it is pretty cool. What else? What can I think of here? I think that's pretty much it for the updates on this week. A little bit longer of a video. I did end up doing a lot of work. Oh, another thing is I'm gonna go back to the derailleurs. I really like the look of them. On my last layout, I had a lot of people saying, well, you don't need derailleurs if there's a switch there. I don't care. I like it, so it's going on my layout, and I think they look cool. But anyway, that's it for this video. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.